Issues today. You can see my webcam is acting all kinds of weird. I literally just don't even know what to do with it at this point. I've been trying to fight the good fight. Bought a brand new webcam. Been acting up, so I don't even know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I'm done trying today. All right. So whatever it is, it is. Outside right now, we are tracking that big heat continuing across central Florida. We'll be discussing just how hot it is now and just how hot it will get this afternoon. Plus, continuing to preview that 4th of July forecast, which is looking a little more tolerable in several different metrics. So, yeah, we'll have plenty to discuss this morning on Coffee Talk. But first, let's just look outside live. There's a shot, the Ponce Inlet looking beautiful, the water, the sky. It's going to be, though, a hot, hazy, humid day. Our first warning live Doppler radar scanning, not finding anything whatsoever. It is a nice and quiet setup across town. We look at the satellite and radar. There's some stormy weather down around, say, the Sun Coast, but at least in our area, we are remaining nice and dry. Temperatures out the door this morning. Here's where we're at. We are sitting at 79 degrees in Orlando, 79 degrees in Leesburg, 78 in Ocala, 75 degrees in DeLand. So it is indeed a warm, muggy start to the day. But looking ahead, that's nothing. It's going to be hot. It's going to be gross hot. Today, 95 or so in the metro, 10% meager chance of a quick passing shower. Ay, Gewalt. Ay. It's going to be hot. Here's a look around town, all right? 95 in Orlando. We're going with about 96 degrees this afternoon in Claremont, 96 degrees in Leesburg. Yeah, it's a hot setup. Why? What's going on? Here's the clear answer. Big area of high pressure has continued to move our direction these last couple of days, and at least mid-level up in the atmosphere, you're getting this thing called compressional heating. And so because of that, essentially, it's just gross. Heat advisories are posted across much of the Mississippi River Valley there. The pink is actually excessive heat warnings. You don't see this kind of a setup very often. So very, very warm stuff. Very, very warm stuff. Glad to say, though, that it's not going to last too terribly long. But if you're heading out, to like the theme parks today, there's just one example of stay cool. Find ways to stay cool today, right? 92 our lunchtime temperature, 92 our 5 p.m. temperature, but that's not the high, right? The high is going to be even hotter. Where are we in terms of records? Let's chat with that. If I can find the graphic. Stand by. There's like 50 record high versus forecast today. All right, here's the forecast and kind of to put it all into perspective for you. So there you go. 95 in Orlando, 99 the record high temperature. So not expected to get to a record level. Sanford, you've got like 5-degree gap. Leesburg, we're going to be watching. God willing, we don't hit 99, right? Daytona Beach and Melbourne, you should be safe. But either way, it's going to be a hot day. And with that, I will pause because I have not said hello to you at all. Little stressful morning fighting the webcam. And of course, now that it's on, it's like behaving itself. So that's fun. It's a Monday version of the Thursdays. All right. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Margaret, hi. Good morning to you, Margaret. Glad to see you joining us this morning. Thank you. Taylor, good morning to you. Chris, good morning, sir. How are you? David, Michelle, Susie, good morning. You're having connection issues? So it's not just me is what you're saying. And then my finger started to bleed. Not that you care, but I like, right as I was going to hit play or start streaming, I look at my keyboard and it's covered in blood. I don't know what happened, but one of my fingers just decided to start bleeding. So we're having a day. We're having a day. And good morning to you. Nancy, how are you? Finally able to catch your coffee talk, Julie says. Well, good morning. Thanks for hanging with us. Look, we try to do this 7 days a week in the mornings. We try to do the afternoon one 5 days a week during the 3:30 time frame Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I try. I try to do my best. Yeah. Becky, it will get better. As soon as I consume some of this coffee, it will get better. Janice, I am off today. Yes. Yes. I'm off today. Life is good. We got some rain last night. Yeah, there was a little bit of rain last night. Not a ton, but there was a little bit. This says rainfall today. It should say yesterday, but let's just check on some of the numbers. Wow, Denellen got almost 2 inches of rain yesterday. Ormond Beach got about an inch of rain yesterday. St. Cloud, holy cannoli, 3 inches yesterday. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of rain. Don't expect that today, friends. High pressure is the dominant rule. Not going to see much. Let's pull a Futurecast so we can dial in on it, shall we? Bruce says rain went around us in Oviedo. Yeah, over in my little corner in Winter Park, it was the same thing. We got like a sprinkle. And my weather station went down. I need to call them and reach out to get some sort of a replacement deal because I have no idea how much rain actually fell, but I wouldn't imagine it was much. All right, so for today, Futurecast trying around lunchtime to throw together a few sprinkles. 1, 2, 3. You notice that there's not much, right? So don't be excited that you're going to get a bunch of rainfall today because that's just not the way that this cookie's going to crumble. There's your rain chances, like low. That's today. Oh, and by the way, just looking ahead for tomorrow rain chances, there's a splot there. If you look at the bottom of the graphic, you can't even see it. That's where tomorrow's rain chances are across the Sunshine State. Yeah. So don't get too excited because we're not getting much in the way of rainfall the next couple of days. And because of that, the high temperatures are hot. For example, here's today's high temperatures again. 95, 96, right? We've got that confirmed. What is tomorrow? Friday? Here's tomorrow's high temperatures. 95, 96. What about Saturday's high temperatures? 96, 97. What about Sunday's high temperatures? 97, 98. We've kind of, it's taken a little bit longer to get this heat bubble moving into our area, and that's why we're talking about an absolute gross temperature. Donna, do you have the forecast for July 8th in West Palm Beach? Going to see Matchbox 20. Wish me luck getting a little older. Oh my God, I love Matchbox 20. I would say for July 8th. I mean, that's still a little ways out. Let's see. I'm only doing this because I'm a Matchbox 20 fan. All right. We'll do that. I'll do my best. All right. Raw, this is just raw GFS. What'd you say it was the July 8th? July 8th. So I would assume you're going to be seeing them at whatever it is now, Coral Sky Amphitheater. I mean, it looks like the storms around July 8th. That's 0Z on the 9th, which is really 8 o'clock on the 8th. I would say that the best chance of rain is going to be kind of from Lake Okeechobee off to the west. At least that's the current weather pattern. So, again, I only did that because I'm a Matchbox 20 fan. But for all of us, the overall idea, thankfully, is that we start to get into a stormier pattern for next week. So take a look at the 7-day forecast, okay? We've got a whole lot of heat these next couple of days because of the lack of rainfall, right? Like today, tomorrow, Saturday, even Sunday, we're not looking at much rain. So we're cranking up the heat. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, thankfully, we really get into summer's pattern, big summer heat, that kind of a thing. So showers, thunder shower. I mean, you know how this goes, right? We're getting back to where we should be this time of year. Hot temperatures, but not as hot, right? Thanks to the shower and thunderstorm development really changing around things a bit. So at least there's that. At least there's that. Donna, oh, thank you. I wouldn't say I'm the best. I try to be the best. But thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. All right, so that's where we're at. 7-day forecast. Any questions, comments, concerns? Mickey's asking for extended Futurecast for the 4th. I don't know if Futurecast goes out. I don't think it does. This is going to be long-range Futurecast. And again, no promises that it goes out that far. So, I mean, let's just look at it little by little. Like, there's Friday, right? Not much. Saturday, not much. Sunday, not much. Monday, starting to see some rainfall, right? Starting to see those storms returning, at least according to Futurecast. Tuesday, yeah, storms, thankfully. The long-range Futurecast is the only one that's going to go out that far, and it's a lower resolution, but it looks like, a couple of coastal showers moving inland, providing eventually those inland storms, right? And then it looks like the vast majority of stormy activity will favor, at least as of right now, it will favor our southern areas. So, something to keep in mind. All right, that's where we're at. Seems like Chris Pierce Disney World is Eric's wardrobe closet. What is happening? What's going on? Concerns, Jody mentions, the heat and humidity. It seems to get worse every year. Or is it because I'm getting older? Can it be both? Like today, for example, 95. Let's just look at, let me pull up some Climo data. We'll just take today, for example. All right. Data display listing. Almanac data for today. MCO. Okay. All right. So just looking at where we're at. Normal's 91 for today. Record highest 99 set back in 1998. Where were we last year? Last year, we hit 93 today. 2 years ago, we hit 87 today. 3 years ago, we hit 97 today. So is it a matter of it's just getting hotter every year, right? Or is it a matter of we're getting older? We're getting older. Listen, we're getting older. I'm on the precipice of my 40s, which I know many are older, and that's fine. But I'm not on the precipice of my 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are changing. So, there you go. Oh, well. It is what it is. Ari says, I will take heat over shoveling snow any day. And I think that perspective helps. I definitely think that perspective helps. I feel like I'm melting out here in Vieira. Oh, for sure. You're not the only one. I absolutely feel that way. Yeah. Yeah. Good times. Did I turn my pool heater off? I did. Yeah. Donna says you're just a kid. Sure, but also no, right? Like I was a kid when I started in TV weather. I was 21 when I started doing it. That was a kid. I'm almost 40. And no, I'm not old. None of us are old, but it's happening, like it or not. I mean, for those that are in their 60s, we're getting older. For those of us in our 70s, we're getting older, right? Every day is a gift, and it beats not getting older. But, my favorite I saw a T-shirt. I know, love. I know, Donna. But I saw a T-shirt online, and I was like, oh, that is so true. It said, my favorite childhood pastime was my back not hurting. And I'm like, oh, do I feel every bit of that? Oh, man. Do I feel every bit of that? I do. So there you are, Don. I think it was my 40s when I said, oh, my. And I mean, I'm right there. Terry, I have no idea why that just decided it wanted to go. I have no idea. Hi, Gewalt. Dealing with technological issues this morning is just so fun. Can we restart this day? All right, it looks like I've got a steady connection. My computer's working. You're there. You ever find that you just want to redo everything today? That's kind of where we're at. All right, hi everybody. I forget, what were we even talking about? Oh, age. That's what it was. Julie says my 60s begin on 7/7. Well, happy birthday. Yeah. It beats not getting older, but it's, it's just one of those things. So anyway. All right, here we are. Temperatures in the 90s. Next couple of days, just blasted hot. Then next week, getting ready for the 4th of July, we're getting back to showers and thunder showers. So there's that. All right. So that's a look locally. In terms of the tropics, let's chat a little bit about what's going on there. Happy to report that for now, it's pretty quiet. We've got this one area, a piece of the remnants of Cindy, with a low-end chance of developing. And that's it for now. Do we get something else going? Well, let's take a look and see what's doing on our global models. All right. And we'll just go to the full Atlantic basin here. All right. And if you're unfamiliar with what we're looking at here, this is the GFS, and I'll bring it full screen. This is the GFS, the American model. Top left corner gives you the information. GFS initialized 6Z, mean sea level pressure normalized anomaly. Right? So we're looking for areas of higher pressure. We're looking for areas of lower pressure. All right? That big orange to the north, that's the Bermuda High. That like green and purple out over the Turks Caicos, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, that's just an area of low pressure, unorganized. And so for right now, right there near Bermuda, you see that 1016 low. That's the model trying to spin something up there. That is why there's that 10% chance of something developing out there. Nothing of big concern, but it's just something to watch. Little thingy rolling off the coast there. Little storm systems off the coast of the Carolinas, maybe something out in the open Atlantic. And then look at this right here. Interestingly, far north on the coast of Africa, a decent little wave rolling across, not developing, but just kind of there. And that's as far out as the GFS goes. That's the 15th, not really showing much. All right, so that's the GFS. We switch over. We look at the European model. All right, European. Trying to close off something, working toward the Canadian Maritimes. Rolling through, not seeing anything of note. Yeah, nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. Love that. Love that for us. Now, we know long-range forecast is something that I enjoy working on. It's never going to be perfect, but we do our best. And this is kind of the calendar we're in. So around June the 29th now, nice and quiet. That's all looking good. But we do think that next week we may be watching the Carolina coast. And we've not gotten some massive indications of anything. I think that what we'll see here are probably going to be more like homegrown type systems. But that's kind of where we're at. That's what we're watching over these next couple of days' time, are these little things kind of trying to pop on up. So do they? Could they? Would they? We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, tropics are quiet. Love that for us. You know what else is quiet? Our forecast. So quiet, it is hot as snot. 95 today, 95 tomorrow, 97 on Sunday. And if we look at the feels like temperatures, right? Here's just a glimpse of things, all right? By 1 o'clock today, triple digits, right? And this isn't going to go this is not going to go but to Friday. So here's Friday afternoon. So one thing that's interesting, though, is with the temperatures going up, we actually dry the heat out. So what we'll notice is that while those temperatures build, the heat index values each day start to drop a little bit, right? So here's a look. Friday, heat index is down to 98. Then this weekend, we're going to start to build in more moisture, and that's going to mean that this weekend into early next week, the air temperature goes down, but the moisture goes up. The humidity goes up. So our heat index has already peaked for a little while. Today, tomorrow, Saturday, it's a little lower. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, air temperature comes down, heat index starts to build, right? There's a correlation between moisture and temperature. Moisture goes up, temperature goes down, at least in Florida. That's just the way that it works. So that's kind of where we're at. So next couple of days, it's the air temperature that's going to be dangerous. And then into next week, massive heat index problems. Big heat index problems. Yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I know. Feels like heat index. It's potato. Yeah. Krista says, flying out Sunday morning, hopefully all good and not travel delays. If it is, it's going to be FAA stuff. I mean, the weather is quiet here in Florida, for example, and here's the big board at Orlando International Airport showing some flight issues. So there's that. Yeah. John, that high does move out going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, yeah, we'll get the storms back. The temperatures will drop, and the dew points are going to go up into gross territory. Jeannie, at what point does it feel like 102 feel different from 109? It again, and I've said this many times, because I do feel like, interestingly enough, the heat index equation turns out to be this massively abrasive thing. But what you're looking at there is that's the equation to calculate the heat index. It's not just like a made up thing, right? It's an actual equation. And so because of that, there is the thing. There is a thing to it. What is the difference between 102 and 109? I would say that the opportunity to like sucker punch you right in the stomach and knock the air out of your lungs is there. And then there's subtle adjustments, as you see, based on different pieces of the puzzle, right? But that's the reality. That's that. So at what point is that a thing? It's a thing. Whether or not we roll on it. All right. Math class is now in session. Oh, we're not solving the equation. That's why we pay big money at WESH every month to the weather company who's got this computer system and who makes the graphic possible. And I tell everybody, this is like Adobe Photoshop, Microsoft PowerPoint, and a science computer all in one. It's a graphics computer with weather data on top of it. When I got into television, it was a weather data computer with like some graphical skill. And that's the difference. Ann says, time to cuddle in and watch Hallmark Christmas movies. I forgot that they air those during July. Can I tell you something? I love those. They're terrible, but I love them. Are you judging? Don't judge. Don't judge me. I feel seen. I feel very exposed right now. No matter what the index says, it's going to be hot. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Yeah. So tropics are quiet. Heat index is the thing. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. All right. That's what I got for you right now. Anything else? Anything? Questions? Comments? Concerns? I know it's too dang hot. Mwah, Karen, love you. I know it's too hot. I can't change it. I can't. I am very sentimental, Arnett. You know this. My thing though is like the movies are sweet. I just wish for more than 30 seconds of payoff. Like you've got an hour and a half of like a build, and then it's like the kissing scene and then the credits. And then you're like, tell me that they had a family. Like tell me that they or show them fighting 6 months down the line and then making up and having a good time. I don't know. I just feel like out of an hour and 29 minutes of storytelling, don't give me 1 minute of payoff. Give me, they had 17 kids and they stayed in the small town. Or they ended up having 2 kids. They moved back to Manhattan, to the big city. One became a schmuck and, I don't know, just something. But you know I'm not wrong, right? Like they go through the whole thing, and then there's like 30 seconds of like they're smiley and they're happy, and then you see the same actors, but they're but the same actors are the 2 that hate each other in the next Hallmark movie, right? You know how this is. They've got like the same 7 actors and they just hodgepodge them all around. Oh boy. All right. Enough about that. Anything else? This is where we're at. Hot, dry stretch next couple of days. Oh my God, Debbie, I'd rather put pins in my eyes. Oof. I like them. They're not they have expanded their actor base now, have they? Since having kids, I've had to dial that back because we have to just watch the kids' Christmas movies over and over and over and over again in my house. So I haven't gotten a chance to watch some of I wouldn't call them adult Christmas movies, but like, the sappy Christmas movies. Taylor, don't tell people. I have a reputation to keep. How do you think I run? How do you think that Tony's the chief, but how do you think I still keep a little elbow strength against Tony? Because he thinks I'm a real mean, lean fighting machine, Oh, well. All right. Be good, everybody. Stay cool. I'll be posting updates to the social channels through the day. Ari, I'll be posting updates to social through the day, and we'll do a 3:30. Sound good? Cindy, you know what I meant. I didn't mean like that. I just meant like, you know what I meant. Anyway. All right. Be good, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.